Hey, I'm just out for a walk. So I thought I'd make a quick video since all my videos are always inside. So just a update on everything. Oh man. Well, so first thing I think you gotta look at the price action on whatever you're trading. If it's you know, it's just some is more chaotic than others, like Euro USD, GBP USD. They tend to be more erratic. And then if you look at USD CAD, that really is wild. You know, you just got these huge chops, you know, zigzags, and price action on different currency pairs is different. The price action on US 30, the Dow Jones, is different. You know, those indices, price action on like the Nasdaq and the Dow Jones and S&P 500, those are all different than Forex, and that's all different than stocks. And so the key is like just to find something that you can trade. So for example, difference between trading Euro USD versus Euro USD, GBP USD versus like USD JPY, or even like odd JPY, the Aussie dollar versus the Japanese yen. So that's different, a much more liquid pair. And so, you know, if you're not having success on one pair or one thing that you're trading, you'll switch to something else and try that. So you know, the second thing is so my pair lately has been, you know, USD JPY. That seems to be working for me. And but you know, the thing is like, you know, a good trader can trade anything, can trade any pair, any indice, any stock. It's just you have to know the price action of that, and what is that? It's like mud. Oh yeah, like wet mud, so dog crap or something. Anyway, yeah. But so hopefully you can hear me. But also too, you don't have to always be in a trade. You don't have to catch every single pip. You know, it's okay to take profits. My grandfather taught me, if he says you can't lose money taking profits. And so that's true. You know, it's like I'm guilty of being I don't really like to say greedy, but I mean, you know, trying to get more out of the move, hoping it'll go further and longer. And you know, and then all of a sudden it turns around, you know, because the market doesn't go straight up. It goes, you know, like that. So you know, if you take your profits and it keeps going, well, you just got to realize you got paid, you made money, and you know, and you know, be happy with that. Even though, so you can't sit there and say, well, you know, I could have got more, I could have made more. You know, the market kept going up. Or if you're selling, you know, the market kept going down. You can't say that, like, because it's just the wrong mindset. And yeah, so the right mindset is just like have a stop loss and let the stop loss do its job, and then have multiple take profits, TP1, TP2, and you can have more if you want, but and split up your trade into multiples, because that way, if you know you want to take a 0.1 lot, you can divide it up into 4.2 lots, and then you can take a quarter of it off. Sorry, you can take however much you want off. You can take 0.04 off at the next high, you know, if you're not sure if it's going to break the high, and then you've covered the cost of hopefully your stop loss and whatever, you know, you've taken some money off the table, and you left 60% on there to run or to do whatever. And if you get like a bearish, say you're buying, so you take 40% off, and you're not sure if it's going to keep going up, and then you get like a bearish engulfing candle, or like it throws a big wick or something, like you get a what do you call those things, you get a big wick and it looks bearish, right? All of a sudden, then you can take, the rest of it off, or another, 0.2. Anyway, but the point is, don't be afraid to take profits, because there's always another entry, and that's the thing that gotta understand. That we gotta understand is there's always another entry. That's the thing too, like about news, right? So today we had CPI. Tomorrow we got retail sales, I think, news release. So that's the thing about it is, let the news come out and do what it's going to do. Like today, it threw a big wick, like that. So it doesn't matter if you were in a buy or sell. Your stop loss got taken out, because it at least on USD JPY, it wicked. It was like 300 points in each direction, or 500 points, or something crazy like that. It was ridiculous. So, but here's the thing, though. The news was bullish for the dollar, right? So, boom, right there. Okay, I'm looking for an entry. You're following the fundamentals. You're following the news. You're following the news releases, right? But you're waiting for after the reaction. Like, see, I didn't wake up till like 9 o'clock. The news is like at 8:30, so by the time I got up, it had already settled down. I mean, if I had woken up a little bit earlier, I could have gotten in a little bit lower price, but I'm happy with what I got, right? And it's my fault, right, for not setting an alarm or not going to sleep early or whatever like that. But last night I was not in a good place, because I lost, probably half my account last night, messing with the Aussie dollar, or Aussie JPY, AUD JPY, and so, because I'm not familiar with that pair, and I don't trade that pair, and I never really traded that pair before. But last night I started looking at my schedule. I started looking at all the sessions, and I was like, kind of just hit me. I was like, the Australian session and the Japan session are practically overlapping top of each other. And I'm like, man, let me check that pair out. And it was just moving. And I'm like, wow, this thing's moving. So I just kind of didn't really know about it. And the thing about it is, it's really like liquid. Like, it just moves. And like, it's crazy. It's just crazy how much it moves. The thing about it is, CoinEx, my broker, is very much a good spread. They have a great spread on everything. That's why I normally don't trade those, because like on my other broker, AFX Trading, that dog usually comes up to the fence to see me, but probably is the one that's taking a video, so he may not come up, but Yeah, and so I need to go take a look at that pair. I mean, I think it's a good pair. I think you make a lot of money, but it doesn't get as many points, but the moves are still like really huge. So the points are like different on different pairs. Like you could have bigger moves on a pair with less points, but you can make more money on that move. In other words, because like the points are different sizes based on the pair. So anyways, I don't want this video to be too long, but yeah. So anyways, I just thought I'd make an outside video, but that's kind of where I'm at. So I'm gonna stick with USD JPY is like my bread and butter, and then aside from that, you know, I'm really I've always wanted to trade gold, you know, and I just didn't know what I was doing. And before, but now that I know a little bit more about what I'm doing, I think I'm going to try, just because the moves are so huge in gold and the leverage is the same. Because like on AAFX trading, the leverage is 2,000 to 1 on Forex, but it was only like, on gold it was only like, I forget how much, but like the leverage on CoinEx is the same. It's like 500 to 1 on Forex, 500 to 1 on gold, 500 to 1 on the indices, I think, and then commodities, and then the only thing that's different is they do offer stocks, and not all brokers offer stocks. So AFX offers stocks, actually CoinEx doesn't, and AFX, I think it's like a 10 to 1 leverage, so it's not that much. So I'm not really that interested in it, but I mean, I don't know, I haven't really tried it. Let me try it on demo and just see what happens. But anyway, I've been having a lot going on. But anyways, I'm going to turn this boat around, and yeah, so anyways, I don't know if anybody will ever watch this video, but maybe if I make a whole bunch of money, people will go back and be like, oh, what was this guy talking about? Maybe he did know something, because when you don't have money, like, nobody will listen to you. There's this guy, I mean, they'll listen to you, but they're not going to, like, take you for what you say, you know. I mean, like, there's this guy, there's a video on YouTube where this guy's like on a $35 million jet, and he you know, he's YouTubers at the airport trying to like get a flight on a private jet. And this one guy says, all right, go with me, and he was trying to get a tour. This one guy actually flew him where he was going somewhere, I don't remember, but anyway, so he had all this money. He was like a whatever billionaire or something. And it's like, this guy, you know, was interviewing the YouTuber, and I mean, that's fine. But he was hanging on to his every word. And it was like, this guy was talking about stretching and this and that and the other thing, and stretching, and was talking about, you know, just everything else, which is fine. But like, you know, health and diet and everything. This guy was a trader. He traded electricity, which is like a specialized thing you have to get into. Not everybody can get into it. You actually have to apply. But anyway, he made all this money trading, and they didn't even talk about trading. Just talk about everything else, and that's fine. But here's the thing: if the same guy had talked about the same things, but he had been broke, nobody would have listened. They would have been like, "What's this guy talking about? Stretching and talking about what he eats and this and that and the other thing. What are you talking about?" But because he's a billionaire and he was on a $35 million jet, everything he said was just like, people just worship him. He's just a god to them, and you know, and whatever. But my point is like, people only listen to you if you're like really successful in that. So, but everybody who became successful, they were like not successful yet. They were not successful until they became successful, right? So, but they had to get the knowledge first. They had to get the skills first, right? So, that's kind of where I'm at. So, anyways,